Welcome to Wanna Bet, the daily gambling game show that takes betting seriously, but not much else. Get our favorite plays on the totals, sides, props, exotics, and futures to jump on now.
So let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Subject som känner konsolbabba konsolfelina. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben.
Good day, mate. Welcome to Wanna Bet. I'm Kylie the Kangaroo. This dumb bloke next to me couldn't figure out how to do the accent, how to stand me up properly so he didn't have to sit next to me. But I'm happy to be here anyway. Throw a shrimp on the barbie. The ones who know. The ones who don't will find out. Hey, Beltway Ben, do you want to have a go, mate? Mate, do you really think you could take me and me Joey? Showing me Joey.
Yeah,
do you really think you could take us, Beltway Ben?
Absolutely.
Would you like to reconsider, mate?
Nope. Still pretty confident in that one.
I'm coming to Catonsville to kick your bloody arse. That's not even mildly, remotely
close to
Australian. Hey, this is Kylie the Kangaroo. Dude, she's pretty amazing. Like, she's got to be a good, if I prop her all the way up, a good, I don't know, 2.5, 3 feet tall. Lauren actually was like, wow, like if you're going to spend $100 on a stuffed animal, like it should be.
This is
Kylie the freaking Kangaroo, mate. I'm British, you know. I'm a British kangaroo. And when these mooks mook up the bets, I'm coming out to punch them in the face.
Hopefully we don't see Kylie much.
Is you mooks going to be fading Missouri, Kansas City? Is you going to be fading the Roos? I'm talking to you, Beltway Ben.
I don't play that much.
You're not taking me seriously,
that's
Beltway
more for
Ben.
Jason.
I'm threatening you
that's
on the
more
airway.
for Jason there. I don't play them much. That's more for Jason. He fades them much more than I do.
So there you have it. The Kangaroo kind of sort of could have been out last night. It was an okay night, Beltway Ben. If you don't know the origin story of Kylie the Kangaroo, ask somebody. Ask an OG. We like to have fun around here. And we like to show our work and keep score. Look, I was down a bit last night. What really hurt me, Beltway Ben, was I went back and forth with that Miami of Ohio game. And I liked it. I liked enough to give it out. And they covered in overtime. But they were on the road at Kent State. And if you watch that game, it was kind of Kent State's Super Bowl, right? Because Miami of Ohio is undefeated and they're ranked now. And so I weighed that versus the Clemson situation where Clemson was a little bit more of a favorite. Clemson was 10-0 at Little John. I watched them over the weekend, was really impressed. Didn't seem fugazi. They've looked great in the ACC. They've got an NC State team coming to them. The Wolfpack look wounded. The Wolfpack just lost to Georgia Tech. The Red Hawks win in overtime. Clemson loses in overtime. Otherwise, we're up 3 more units on that college parlay. St. Louis, best free throw shooting team in the country, or one of them. I mean, I think they missed 15 foul shots in that game, Beltway Ben. That should have been an easy cover. We did handle them on the money line. And look, in soccer right now, I can't catch a break. How there weren't 3 goals in the Dortmund match, whatever. And if anybody watched the Paris Saint-Germain match, every time Paris put a ball in the net, you just knew that it wasn't going to count. Like, it was... I mean, I think they scored 5 goals that were negated. Like, it is like... or 4 that were negated and 1 that stood. So bad call by me. They should have been up 3-0 on Lisbon at the half. Lisbon hung around. Lisbon won. And the NBA play, look, I told you the wrong team was favored in that one. That one wasn't too sweaty. But it's good to have all this college hoops going on. It's good to have Kylie the Kangaroo officially in the family. Beltway Ben, I will bring her Joey to you today. She'll be all right without him. We've already talked it all out. We got a therapist. So you've got to come up with a name for Joey. I was thinking Mookie Blaylock. because he comes out when you mook a bet. Are you
Creative.
familiar with
That's
Mookie
creative.
Blaylock?
I like that. I like that.
You know who Mookie Wilson, but I don't really like the 86 Mets. And nobody's got anything bad to say about Mookie Blaylock. And, the original name for Pearl Jam was Mookie Blaylock. That was their name before they changed it to Pearl Jam.
Right.
So, and I'm not the biggest Pearl Jam guy. But I saw him a ton back in the day. So what do you think about that?
I like Mookie Blaylock. I like that a lot.
Okay. All right, so I will bring Mookie to you this afternoon.
Fits the sports. I like that.
What's that?
I said it fits the sports. I do a lot of basketball plays. I like that.
Yeah. Beltway Ben, you were on it last night in the NBA.
Partly. The first 3 downs, yes. Overtime, we finished down a unit because we did take that parlay we gave out, but we also told you to take Devin Booker 24.5 points. That cashed, but we also took Wemby and KD to get what they needed to. And their second half combined, those 2 dudes combined for like 6 points in the second half, and was shocking to me. Everybody else was getting theirs except for those 2. Quite frustrating, to be quite honest with you. KD's second straight game going under 19.5 points, which is shocking. I'm sure we'll be on him tomorrow to break that streak. But yeah, we finished down about 1.2 units. Vanderbilt, Arkansas. On this show, I said I was in between Arkansas money line. That would have cashed. Hopefully you took that. Arkansas team total. That would have cashed. I hope you took that. But ultimately landed on the over in the game, over 173.5. Of the 3 plays that I considered giving out, I picked the one loser. So we ended up losing. We ended up losing that one. And wish I would have just gave out all 3. But ultimately I only gave out 1, and it was a loser. Hopefully you guys took what I said and maybe said, all right, well, I don't feel like playing the over there. I'll just play Arkansas on the money line.
Yeah, hopefully you put Miami of Ohio in that money line parlay instead of Clemson, because everything else hit, and none of them were particularly sweaty. All right, on to today's very special Wanna Bet. The rundown's on the side there. It's going to be our best bets. Do you want to have a go, Beltway Ben? Would you like to have a go, mate? He stuffed a bloody lobster in me Joey pouch. First down. Call me a glutton for punishment. Full disclosure, not going well for me in soccer. Is it stopping me from getting on games? It's not. It's not, and I'm sharing a few here. Buyer beware. Caveat emptor. Collie the kangaroo is lurking. We're taking Bayern -2 at the Alliance Arena against St. Julie's freaking Belgian team. Look, Bayern have been unstoppable since the winter break in the Bundesliga. Bayern last 4 matches, 5-1, 3-1, 8-1, 4-0. The teams they've been playing in the Bundesliga are generally, I think, better than this USG side. They played with their food a little bit at home a month ago in the Champions League. I don't think that's going to happen again here. It's a USG side that doesn't have much to play for. It's the men against the boys. Bayern haven't had the greatest starts at times, especially against lesser competition, so I didn't get into the half-full markets. But did I sprinkle a few bucks on Bayern to win from behind? I did, because I think they're winning this match, and I believe they're winning this match by 3 goals or more. And they might concede the first one, because weird shit happens in the Champions League, like happened all over the place yesterday. USG have played 6 Champions League matches, 7 goals scored, 14 conceded. It is what it is, Beltway Ben. We also like the Munich machine, Die Mannschaft, that is Bayern Munich, to score 4 goals in this match, plus 120. Again, they've been doing it with some regularity. They average 4.33 goals per game in the Bundesliga at home. And I don't think USG is as good as several of the Bundesliga sides they play at home. Again, since the break, the winter break in the Bundesliga, Bayern have played 3 matches. In those 3 matches, they've scored 16 goals. And look, you guys know I'm pretty down on Premiership sides right now. How about Man City completely shit in the bed yesterday? Tottenham won. I guess I was quasi-impressed. I think Liverpool and Newcastle could be in a little trouble today. I played last night on Bet365 PSV money line plus 500. Beltway Ben, this morning, I'm feeding Kylie and her Joey. I'm getting Mateo to school. I'm recrunching numbers. Bet365 has PSV money line plus 700. So I'm on it at plus 500. I'm definitely giving it to you at plus 700. Look, Newcastle, their results look good in the Champions League. They played nobody. They've played nobody. Like, the schedule has really set up well for them. I watched them play a drab, dire 0-0 draw with Wolverhampton, who should be a mid-table championship side, over the weekend. They lost to Sunderland. They lost to Leeds. They can't figure out a strike partner up top. When they were getting results with regularity, they were drawing a ton of penalties, and Gordon was converting them. I don't like what I see from the run of play. I don't buy them. St. James Park, great. They've been better on the road in the Prem than at St. James Park. Big European nights in Newcastle. Great. 7-1 on the PSV side that after a terrible start in the Champions League have been scoring. The Eredivisie is down. Worst Ajax team in generations. I get it. Still, man, PSV have won 13 straight games domestically. They've scored at least twice in 12 of those 13. 7-1 for them to win this match? I mean, they beat Liverpool 4-1. They put up 6 on Napoli. They've got something to play for, but nothing to lose because of that slow start. I think expectations got tempered. We're on PSV, baby. I've got a PSV jersey over there. I just can't reach it. Kylie, love, could you get me that jersey?
First down for me, we will go to the college basketball market. We're going to play Loyola Marymount versus Seattle under 137.5 minus 110. Anybody who watches this show much at all knows we've played Seattle unders a bunch. We played team totals against them under. We play their games under because they play a lot of defense. You look at them, Ken Palm defensive rating, they are top 40 in the country, 37. But their offense has struggled, 270th. And then you get a matchup here with Loyola Marymount, who is 75th in Ken Palm defense and 260th in Ken Palm offense. So both of these teams, struggle on the offensive side and play some defense. But that being said, a lot of times for these Seattle games, I'm always on here rambling about how they need to control the pace. I think they can control the pace. Here we're getting two teams who don't really want to play at a fast pace, who are fine slowing the game down, and who don't have much success scoring the basketball. You look at Seattle. They're under this in 2 of their last 3 games, 129.2 points per game total on average in their last 5 home games. So I think we'll see an ugly game, both teams in the 60s. And just I think Seattle's a favorite. I said it before about Seattle dictating pace. They're not going to have to do it because you have a Loyola Marymount team who's perfectly fine playing at an ugly, slow pace. Give me Loyola Marymount versus Seattle under 137.5 minus 110.
We like it, love. We like it a lot.
We probably shouldn't have. We don't want her to move the bet.
Yeah, she should probably stay away.
Yeah.
Kylie, love, know your role. Know your role.
Know your role.
Yeah, look, you guys know we played Loyola Marymount quite a bit a few weeks back. I love the way they play defense. I think that defense will travel. That's a good call, Beltway, Ben. We like it. While we're at it on college hoops, because I'm about to go to the NBA, and I did bury the lead a little bit. These Loyola Chicago Ramblers, or as I like to call them, Loyola Chicago, dude, they got up 14. They were up 12 at the half, and I got to tell you, I'm sitting there at the Loyola Mount St. Joe basketball game. I think there's at least 3.5 D1 kids on that Mount St. Joe team. Beltway Ben. Bino Ramson's kid, he's going to St. Joe.
I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah. They got a point guard who must be, it's like Muggsy Bogues size. I don't know if the kid's 12 years old, dude. He looked like he was in middle school. Woo! Anywho. And I'm monitoring, watching. And honestly, I'm like, as long as they're not down, as long as the Bonnies aren't down more than 15 at the half, I think I'm good here. You can set your watch to Loyola Chicago falling apart between like the 26th minute and the 29th minute of a basketball game. It is unreal. It's phenomenal. Dude, I put the phone away. Second half starts in that game. There's a timeout 3 minutes into the second half. I look at my phone. Not only are the Ramblers now down, the Ramblers are down 6. We've already covered the alternate -4.5 line we had in the parlay. And I'm like, we're going to cover the 9.5, 10.5, whatever. Loyola Chicago, I mean, they're in my heart. I mean, I love these guys.
I think we might have to do, like, we have our Hall of Fame for bettors that cash for us. And it's not a Hall of Shame because these are good, but like teams we attack.
I got nothing but respect.
But I'm saying we need a separate, like, instead of teams we bet on, teams we bet against that cash for us. You know what I mean? I think there's a separate.
All gambling really is, Beltway Ben, is spending hour upon hour upon hour upon hour to try to find something that you think is consistent and bankable. And I'm telling you, I need to next time they play, I need to not be distracted. I should do stuff with my son and his friend. Like, I'm not going to say I shouldn't have gone to the high school basketball game, but like, dude, there's so much live betting potential in these. Like, I'm just telling you, the first TV timeout of the second half, it's all falling apart for the Ramblers. If they're not already down big, it's coming. That's a beautiful thing. That's what we're craving. That's what we're seeking. I mean, don't you think at its core that's really what we're doing? I feel like we're hunting through these minds and we're trying to find like something that's like, man, that shit always happens.
Yeah, but in this
and that
world,
doesn't mean it's going to happen.
That's the issue.
But the more it keeps happening, the more you're like, holy shit.
But then I'm always one of those people that always get scared, like, if it's due to not happen. You know what I mean? Like, when's
but dude, it's almost February. Like, it happened out of conference. It happened in conference. Like, it happens at home. It happens on the road.
Yeah, they're different type of bad.
The guy even brought it up on the broadcast, and I'm like, good for you, bro. Because, like, yeah, that is the story of the Ramblers. It's like, man, something happens to these guys. Like, the first TV time out of second half, I'm like, yeah. Between the 26th and 29th minute, it's falling apart. Going back to an NBA total, we're going to go under in the Pistons-Pels game. It's up to 242.5. Look, I'm not telling you got to run out and do this now. It might keep going up. It was at 232.5 a few hours ago. So if it keeps going up and you want to go under, right, that's working in our favor. We were on Pelicans overs for a long time. Now we're on Pelicans unders because they can't score at home. They've hit a wall. I think there's a young team ready for the All-Star break. The Pistons are under in 8 straight games, home or road. The Pistons are playing clamp down defense. And there's also might be a spot where in the fourth quarter, the Pistons are playing their bench and everybody's running out the clock because everybody's ready for the All-Star break. New Orleans is under in 7 of their last 10 overall. They're under in 6 of their last 8 at home. Those 6 unders have all gone under by multiple possessions. The Pistons for the season are an under team on the road. I think this is a really good spot for them on the road, having played some tougher games lately, to just kind of win this ugly. I mean, they're holding teams in the 80s. Like, we're seeing 88s and 85s pop up in those box scores. So we're going to ride the trend there and go under in this game. And again, you might be able to get it at 235.5 or even higher in the next few hours.
Yeah, for me, we're going to stick in the NBA. We're going to play LaMelo Ball over 17.5 points at -121. Went back and forth whether or not I wanted to play this just with the matchup and some weird stuff going on with him. I've talked about the coach, how he's handled LaMelo. But now he was back in the starting lineup last game. He's gone under this in 2 straight. But as soon as they put him to the bench, I remember playing that by myself. We were out at our work party, and the report comes out, LaMelo Ball is moving to the bench. So what does that make the public do? Sprint to bet his under, and the number moves down 2 points. He ends up clearing the regular number in the first half. That's just how these things go with the betting lines and how things always work. But here he is back in the lineup, so that's kind of irrelevant. I would expect him to get it going against the Cleveland Cavaliers team, who we just saw him score 23 points against a few weeks ago. Cleveland is not playing any defense of late. 127 plus points they're allowing per game over their last 6. bottom 2 in the NBA. And the Hornets, the one thing that scares me here is the number of guys they can get it going with. Brandon Miller, Bridges, Knipple has been incredible in his first year. Like, they have so many different guys that can beat you. But in this one, I think it'll be LaMelo. I think the guard play can get to them. We saw it just the other night with SGA where he scored 30. We saw a few other guys. Chet had 28. I know he's not a guard, but was able to get it going. You can score against this team. They have trees inside. LaMelo doesn't want to work out in there. He wants to score from the outside, and I think he does that today. Knocks us down a few threes, gets to the free throw line a few times, and scores us a few buckets. So give me LaMelo Ball over 17.5 points at -121.
Think we'll get some ball-on-ball crime? Or is him being back in the starting lineup going to prevent that?
Lonzo got hurt, I think, last game.
Lonzo's out?
No
ball-on-ball crime?
But he went down. I think he's... No, he said he's active.
Hey.
Says he's active.
Factor that into your handicap. I'm just playing. I just wanted to say ball-on-ball crime.
I didn't even think of that. Good.
Can you blame
me? Good call.
Well,
I do. You know, I like the revenge weird spots. That's a weird.
I know you like weird spots.
That's a weird.
I don't know how you feel about ball-on-ball action, but
oh, Jesus. Third down.
LaMelo Ball, certified chucker.
He is a
chucker. You think he tries one from the emblem tonight?
He might, if he starts feeling it. That coach hates him though. That coach will put his ass right to the bench. That coach hates LaMelo.
Yeah,
which
I'll tell you
I'm
what,
a LaMelo fan.
The Hornets have played surprisingly competitive basketball for a while now.
They hit a home run with Knipple.
I hear about it in my house all the time because Mateo's a Hornets fan.
Right. They are playing better.
That's a choice.
Knipple was a choice. Yeah. Is it just because of LaMelo?
His brother's a Wizards fan and he's a Hornets fan. I mean, what's going on? I'm not raising my kids right.
Yeah. That is tough. A combined, 40 wins in that house?
Kylie's a Steven Adams fan. I guess that's close enough. Is he technically New Zealand?
He is New Zealand.
Yeah.
He went to Pitt, though, I think. Pitt. Pretty sure he went to Pitt.
Yeah. Half time! Ein, Die, Scheisse.
You're not there yet?
Oshlock. No, I don't. That's not.
I think Scheisse.
I will. Yeah. I will get on that. Hope you enjoyed those commercials, courtesy of Beltway Ben and our friends at Odyssey. Third down. College hoops, baby. I've been remiss in not bringing up Mercer on this show to this point. We like teams that cover all the time. We like the cars that go boom. Mercer goes boom all the time, Beltway Ben. How about 14-2 against the spread? How about 14-2 against the spread?
You want me to celebrate that?
I mean, that's not noteworthy?
Oh.
Thank you. How about 6-0 against the spread in conference?
Oh.
Now, I think Clemson's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
These cats went to Little John, battled them, only lost by 7. Nobody was winning at Little John until last night, of course. Looked better in my notes, Beltway Ben, prior to last night's result. But still, I think Clemson's been one of the more surprising teams. How about this Western Carolina outfit that's coming to Mercer tonight? 3-8 against the spread, their last 11. 2-8 against the spread on the road. They're outside the Ken Palm 250 and everything. I think Mercer can hang 90 on them. Mercer, just keep covering. And then we're fading Cleveland State. Cleveland State at Wright State, we're laying the 15.5 or 14.5 juiced -118 with Wright State. Our friend Gab Goody, who came on our show way back when we had guests, you got to see this thing she has on her TikTok. It's a promotion for Cleveland State basketball. Like they're trying to get people to go to Cleveland State games. It seems to me from this video, Beltway Ben, that they are plying them with copious amounts of wine. It looked to me like it's beer steins like this, that they're like, you can get it filled up with wine. You can get it filled up with anything. We'll fill it up with, you want straight gin? You want, a pint glass of Jack? We'll give it to you for the price of a Diet Coke. Like, it looked like the greatest deal ever to get you into Cleveland State basketball. Why? Because it's about as bad as D1 basketball gets. We faded these guys a lot. for good reason. Lest you forgot, they're outside the Ken Palm top 300 in pretty much everything, Beltway Ben. They can't turn you over. They love to turn the ball over. I don't really know what they're good at. They've covered 3 of their last 9. They're 3-6 against the spread in conference. They're 3-6 against the spread on the road. Their average margin of defeat is 19 points. Wright State's been good, man. Wright State's 11-6 against the spread. Wright State has covered 6 of 8 in conference. Wright State has won 7 straight. Wright State is 4-2 against the number as a home favorite. It's the kind of spots we like, Beltway Ben.
I'm going to go to the NBA here for third down again. We have a lot of NBA plays today. Jaren Jackson Jr. over 5.5 rebounds, at -110. Shop around. It's 6.5 in some spots and even 5.5 with a lot of juice, but you can find it here at -110. Listen, this team, they're in a weird spot. Ja doesn't want to be traded, he says. They might trade him, whatever is going on. Jaren Jackson has been on the court, though, and you don't have to worry about a lot with him. He's been playing with regularity. The thing is, his rebounds are like a roller coaster, right? Some games he's gotten up to 9, but then there's games where he gets 3. And as a big, the position that he plays, a true 4, you would expect him to grab more boards, but he stretches it outside and defends around the 3-point line. He's won Defensive Player of the Year before. We know what he brings to the table. Tonight he gets a matchup with the Hawks, who are allowing 49.7 rebounds per game over their last 6. That's bottom 2 in the NBA. We've attacked this spot a lot in terms of points, rebounds, assists. Anytime guys play the Hawks, you can take a lot of different props because they struggle defensively, and nothing's changing. They're not getting much healthier. They're still trying to chuck shots up. I mean, you see all their fan base complaining about CJ McCollum already because of how many shots that he gets up. He had a chance to take him to overtime the other night and shot up a brick. So we saw Giannis the other day. We gave out Giannis points, rebounds. They were struggling scoring in the second half. Don't get me started on that. But for the first half and for the majority of the game, Giannis grabbed 14 boards in that matchup. I don't know that Jaren Jackson is going to grab 14, but he should be able to get over this 5.5 number that, again, hasn't gone over it with regularity. But a lot of times when he gets matchups with bad rebounding teams, his number's 5.5, and he usually can grab at least 6 if you go back and chart all the matchups against bad rebounding teams. So here in this spot, give me Jaren Jackson Jr. over 5.5 boards, -110.
Excellent. You want to go with, I don't have a 4th and long. I mean, do you want me to just do a 4th and long since it's up there? You want me to just do
No, I'll change
Parkinson
it.
here?
Just do your 4th and short. I'll change it. That's good. I'll change the 4th and short.
So we'll start with 4th and short. Victor Osimhen is back with Galatasaray from the African Cup of Nations, where I guess he's taking some heat for maybe not finishing as many chances as he should have for Nigeria. Whatever. I know this guy scores domestically, and he scores in the Champions League, and he scores in droves. And he scored in 3 of his last 4 in the Champions League. All the reports out of Turkey say he's in great form, look good in training. There should be no shenanigans. He's in the lineup today. I like Galatasaray at home to attack with abandon. That is a rabid home field advantage, home pitch advantage, whatever you want to call it. I think they're going to play through him. They're going to be happy to have him back for the first time in a month. I think he's going to see plenty of the ball and be fed. And a first goal from Osimhen plus 500, I'm on it. I think they're going to be looking to get that crowd even more behind them. I think they come out attacking. They really have nothing to lose. They're one of these teams that's playing for their position in the playoffs. I just think there's a lot of value there on a guy who, if Galatasaray continue to advance, is probably going to lead the Champions League in goals. And then we got a 4th and weird. Hat trick Harry Kane. He isn't scoring as much as he was earlier in the season, but you still, I mean, you're talking -250s, -300s for him to score a goal. So if we think Bayern Munich's going to be on the ball like 75% of the time against St. Gilles, and they will be, and they're at home in the Allianz Arena, and they want to get Kane a little more back into the fold, and I think they're going to have no problem possessing the ball and playing around with the ball around the 18. It's been a minute since they've drawn a penalty, but my God, do they draw a lot of penalties. Few people on the planet convert them as well as Harry Kane. And USG, for what it's worth, have conceded 3 penalties in 11 road matches this season. So plus 225 for Bayern Munich to score on a penalty. And even if it's late in the game and they call the penalty, and Kane's already out, Nicholas Jackson should be back in the fold. He's back from African Cup of Nations. I think he could do the job for us. So I think they could score 5 goals in this game. I think this game could be 5-1. Or one of them a penalty? I think there's a chance, even though I don't. I mean, full disclosure, this is also me thinking my luck's due to turn because a penalty hasn't gone my way. I mean, a couple did a week ago, but not in the last week. And just in general, my gambling luck on penalties is not great. But I like that value, and I jumped that value.
Yeah, fourth and short for me is going to be a simple NBA parlay, 2 different games. Knicks first quarter money line, SGA 2+ first quarter assists minus 112. A little bit of a weird mashup here. The Knicks are matching up with the Nets. We've heard they had a players only meeting. They're trying to figure out what's going on.
Shite.
They do not look good at all. I would expect them to come out of the gates pretty hot here. You're playing a Nets team who you viewed as the little brother for a while now. You should be able to handle them, at least in the first quarter. You got to get things right. You got your stars playing. You can't lose this matchup to the Nets, and it's got to start in the first quarter. I think they come out pretty hot and win the first quarter. SGA 2+ first quarter assists. We're going to get more to his assist there in overtime. I think he's got a strong showing here passing the basketball, right? You got Jalen Williams, who's out a few weeks now. SGA last game, there was a lot of juice on his assists. He didn't even come close. He scored 30+ points, which we gave out, but he didn't come close to the assist. And tonight he gets a matchup with the Bucks, who have struggled defensively. They're allowing more assists than all but 3 teams in the NBA. Right here, I think SGA starts us early. He plays 12 minutes in the first quarter. We know we'll get all of that. He should have a bunch of opportunities for assists. If guys can finish buckets, especially inside, I would expect him to get the 2+ first quarter assists. So here, Knicks first quarter money line, SGA 2+ first quarter assists minus 112.
But with Ben, I was thinking about some NBA futures, looking at it a little bit the other night. I mean, maybe the Knicks fix it at the deadline, maybe they don't, but I'm not totally buying it. Detroit looks like the real deal. I was seeing Celtics at 4-1 to go to the NBA Finals. If I can find that at 5-1, I think I might get on it.
That doesn't interest me at all.
That does nothing for you.
Not even a little bit. I would not play the Celtics. It's fun during the regular season. It's not going to work in a 7-game series, I don't think. And Tatum comes back like he's not going to be 100% right.
But that's, I mean, even if it's just a few minutes off the bench, they know how to play defense. They're balled into this guy. Like the coach has done it before. And look at the field. So give me Beltway Ben's like rankings of most likely teams to represent the Eastern Conference in the NBA Finals. The book of Beltway Ben. I know I'm putting you on the spot, but
if you give me 7 games right now, who do I think would beat them in a 7-game series right now?
I'm talking about that. I mean, I'm not saying it would happen, but if I get it at 5-1 or 5.5-1, like I don't think the Celtics are going to fall off the cliff. So, like
they're the 2 right now in the East.
Those odds aren't going to be there anymore. So so Detroit would be number 1. Yeah. For you in the East to win to go to the
7-game series. Regardless of New York going 2-8 in their last 10 or whatever it is, and 4 losses, I like New York. You
still like New York second?
Absolutely. I think the Raptors are better than them. The Raptors play good defense too. I would like the Raptors again. Like I don't
the Raptors
think Tatum.
The Celtics. I was looking at the Raptors.
Yeah, Raptors are pretty close to them. Magic. I think the Cavs are going to figure out at some point. I just do. Whether that be with an addition at the trade deadline like they tried to do with DeAndre Hunter last year. I know he wants to be traded. Can they get something pretty for him? Last year, I thought that was going to be the move to take them over the top, but it really hasn't fit well. They still have the team. It's not much difference in the team. You lose Ty Jerome, whatever that is. They've just regressed. Like they haven't played good basketball. I get that, but I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm not really buying the Celtics. I know they're the 2 seed right now. I really do like Mazzulla. He's not soft. He makes his guys go.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's a new year. I don't see them doing it. I don't. Even the Magic, like the Sixers. Could the Sixers lose a series? Them absolutely. I'm not buying the Sixers. But like even the Magic, I could see. I just don't buy the Celtics. I really don't.
All right.
Maybe I'm crazy.
They might be the little engine that could.
I wouldn't say little engine. I mean, what are they paying Jaylen Brown? big engine there.
Yeah,
Traded for
everybody
Simons.
thought this was a lost season, and the way the season started, it looked like a lost season.
A lot of their fans wanted them to tank again because they've been pretty damn good at tanking.
But I don't think
when
that's
they do.
happening. And I'm
No,
like, if I
no.
wait to do this till the deadline, it'd probably be too late. And even at the All-Star break, something could happen at the All-Star break. And I'm already on the Raptors, you know what I mean? So part of me, but I'm on them in a weird way that might not come through unless this. So part of me for this is also like, because you know where I am on that Knicks Raptors thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So part of me
It's
is
where
like,
you
well,
were
this would
with
be an
the
interesting hedge. You know what I mean? Like this would be an interesting hedge. Although maybe I should just do lesser odds to win the division, or
it's like the
you
Tigers
know,
Royals.
be the 1 seed in the regular season or something. Although they're not going to catch Detroit, so I don't know.
It's like the Tigers and the Royals where you were. You had real
Yes.
money on Detroit.
But making the finals might be a bridge too far. I don't know. Maybe to make the Eastern Conference championship.
Right, yeah. I mean, and they've done it. Coach has gotten that. Like I'm not gonna fully push away from it like I was with your Brewers talk. Because we've seen these guys. We've seen these guys do it, but I don't know. Like, what are we seeing from Tatum? If Tatum comes back and is anything remotely close to what he once was, here we go with these frauds.
Pitchers and catchers, you mook bastard.
You guys win one playoff game there this year.
20 F&P over here.
Maybe they win 3 this
Freaking
year.
Hall of Famer.
They might win a game against the Dodgers, maybe.
Love this guy. Love him. Love him.
I will shout out to them. They might get the salary cap in the
let
MLB.
his 2019 Bowman draft. Let those cards be worth something, please, soon. Quinny P, back it up one more half season. I'll be selling the shit out of you on eBay.
We can thank them for the.
We love you, Quinny P.
They're one of the things that we can thank for the salary cap. The Brewers. They're going to play a big role.
League, represent.
The Brew Crew. We're going to have MLB futures here soon. I will, at least. I will. I know I did not delve into any NBA, and Jason was disappointed in me.
I was judicious. I only did like 2.
I know, but you were like, I'm surprised you haven't done
Hey, how
any.
about the Blazers, baby?
I know.
Blazers basically back to 500.
I know.
I'm gonna be on some
Good
Denny.
basketball.
I'm gonna be on some
8-2.
Denny triple-double soon.
Dude, the Wizards just gave him away for nothing. Ugh. Bub. I mean, I don't want to disrespect Bub, but and then the Warriors losing Jimmy Butler with an ACL tear, they're going to catch them eventually. Like that. Also, talking
Remember, I
about
was
NBA
going back and
futures,
forth on win total or draft position, but
Yeah.
I mean the West is so loaded.
dude, the Clippers.
But I did like them to not be in the play-in. I liked them to sneak in as the last playoff, not even in the play-in.
Right.
We'll see. A lot of
I'm
basketball to go. They can
Lots.
mook it up.
Yeah, they absolutely can book it up.
All right, overtime. I'm on a Champions League parlay. Maybe you shouldn't be, because again, lately in soccer with me, outside of Die Bundesliga, it hasn't been so great. I'm like cuddling this thing. I don't know. I guess it's like an instinct. She's so freaking big. You know what I mean? It's like in my mind, it's like a freaking dog next to me.
Yeah,
Both dogs liked her. I mean, Gigi
Really?
put up with her, and Meaty was full on like embracing her.
Meaty's awesome.
Like this is how tall she. Like I'm sitting on a chair, like this is her on the table.
Were they trying to bite her at all? Like
No.
like a toy?
No, I mean I kept her largely like on chairs and stuff
Yeah.
where they couldn't. Like if I just put her down, I think she probably would have got mounted. You know what I mean? That's a rough introduction to the States and everything else.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of cultural things that she's got to deal with already. But no, they were good. But I'm keeping her down here, so they shouldn't really get there. All right, so we're on a Champions League parlay. We talked about the PSV Newcastle match. There should be goals there. Newcastle have allowed 2 or more goals in 3 of their last 5 at home in the Prem. 3 of their last 6. PSV keep no clean sheets in the Champions League. 26 total goals in 6 Champions League matches for PSV. We think both teams are scoring in Newcastle tonight, or today for us tonight there. We're also fading Liverpool here. I don't buy them. They don't do much for me. I think Marseille can get a draw or a win there. So them double against Liverpool. That's where the value's coming in on this one. And then we're all over that Bayern match. Bayern will lay the goal, which means, yeah, they got to win by 2 for us here. But plus 184. PSV, Newcastle, BTTS, Marseille double, Bayern to win by a goal. And then we've got a couple NFL plays. We've attacked the Seahawks, as great as that defense is, with linebackers all year. It's been a common theme on this show. Went back, watched what the Rams have been doing lately, watch what Higbee's looked like, and outside of that game against Arizona, it hasn't been much. I think Parkinson is the guy here against Seattle. They're going to be in a lot of 12 and 13 personnel. It's the way to attack them. He's going to be on the field a ton. He had some drops against them last time, but boy, did he also get open in the seam and get open downfield. And Beltway Ben, if you go back and run their routes run in the playoffs, you've got Puka, who never leaves the field. You got Adams at like 78 routes run. Parkinson's next at 43. Higbee has run 28 routes, and he hasn't quite looked right to me. I know the Allen kid pops in here and there, Ferguson, whatever, but I think Parkinson is the guy here. I like Parkinson to have a long of 20 yards or more, plus 250, long reception. And I'm also on Parkinson to have 40 or more receiving yards at plus 270 in this game. He has 34 or more receiving yards in 4 straight games. He has 30 or more receiving yards in 6 of the last 7. He has a long reception of 16 yards or more in 6 straight games, and we've documented in the past. Seattle, they give up at least one passing play of 20 yards or more to a tight end pretty much every game they play in. No Kittle last game, Beltway Ben. We were all over Tonjes. Why were we all over Tonjes, and why did almost all that hit? The long didn't hit. He did have like 3 for 16 or more, and he didn't play the second half of the game where he would have got 1 for 20, but he went over the yards and he went over the receptions midway through the second quarter. Why, Beltway Ben? Why?
Because of all things that they do, it is not a strong suit is not the tight ends. You can beat them with tight ends time and time and time again.
And after what Puka did to them the last time, and the Bears just held Puka in check, don't you think Mike McDonald's going to sell out to say, if they throw 15 balls to Puka and he catches 12 of them for 200 yards, then I don't deserve to go to the Super Bowl?
Right. Yeah. I'm right there with you. I am right there with you. We got 2 NBA plays for overtime here for me. Trying to give you an NFL. I'm going to be heavy in the NFL, I think, the next 3 days.
Okay.
Because I usually wait for Sunday because I think I want to give you guys something there. But like this week, just with only being 2 games.
Same game. I'm trying to save some for Sunday, the ones you think will hold value.
Right. Yep. It's tough, especially with only 2 games and so many people betting just the 2 games, like line movement, all that. So it's tough. So throughout the rest of the week, we will be on the NFL, or I will, at least pretty heavily. Here, we're going to play 2 NBA parlays tonight. One is the same game parlay. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 20-plus points, 8-plus rebounds, 6-plus assists for SGA, plus 108. So again, Giannis for 20-plus points, 8-plus rebounds, and then SGA 6-plus assists. You parlay these 2 together to get us plus 108. I've talked to you guys about Giannis, and I've swung and missed twice at him over the last week and a half. But here, I haven't taken him for 20-plus points where he screwed us. That's not something that's hard for him to do. It's something that even in the struggling games, he's still been able to get there in the first half. Could they get ran out of the gym tonight? Absolutely, and that scares me. But I think SGA is going to be picking up assists quickly, very quickly. You also have a Thunder team here allowing more rebounds than anybody else in the NBA over their last 6 games. It's pretty shocking given how good they've been over the years and how everything's gone right for them, but they are struggling a little bit on the glass. Some of that is Hartenstein's injury. Some of that, like there's things going on there. And you lose Jalen Williams. That hurts a lot of things offensively, but SGA will have the ball in his hands even more now. You got guys like Isaiah Joe and Kendrick Williams on the court more. Isaiah Joe has been playing, but spot up shooter, perfect for SGA to pick some assists up. I think he's going to have no issue getting assists against the Bucks teams who are allowing like 45 assists per game, which is more than almost anybody else in the NBA. So again, give me Giannis 20-plus points, Giannis 8-plus rebounds, and SGA 6-plus assists plus 108. And then the other NBA parlay, this is just a few legs tossed in. Cade Cunningham, 20-plus points, Jaren Jackson, 5-plus rebounds, and the Knicks on the money line plus 102. Cade Cunningham, 20-plus. He's done it in almost every game this year. Last game he went under. Poor shooting performance, wasn't able to get anything going. It was against the Celtics team, who Jason just talked about, how good they are defensively. You know Joe Mazzulla is able to throw the kitchen sink at Cade and throw things off with him and play mind games. Joe Mazzulla has all that figured out. So he was able to get to Cade a little bit. Here tonight, I don't see anybody getting to him. New Orleans is not good defensively. He should be able to get his 20-plus points. Shouldn't be an issue. Jaren Jackson, 5-plus rebounds. I talked about him. I took him over 5.5. I was saying how he hasn't gone over 5.5 a lot this year. A lot of that has been, though, him finishing on 5, losing on the hook there. We take him down to 5 because Bet 365, instead of doing 2, 4, 6, 8, they do 3, 5, 7. It's kind of weird how they do it. But I actually like that for this type of parlay right here because I think he could grab 5. And if he burns us on the hook there, we should be able to fall back on this parlay to cash. And then the Knicks on the money line, I broke them down. You're not losing to the little brother in Brooklyn. I just can't. I find that hard to believe. You have the players only meeting. Stuff starting to leak out. You got to get right now before things fall apart too much. You have too many stars and too much money put into that basketball team to continue losing games. So I think they win here. So give me Cade 20+ points, Jaren Jackson 5+ rebounds, and the Knicks on the money line plus 102.
You still think you'd like to have a go, mate?
Absolutely.
You think this is all handbags at 5 paces, mate? I'll kick you in the bloody head.
I would
Bloody
fight
hell,
a male kangaroo.
Beltway Ben,
I don't-
I'll
I
beat
don't-
your ass onto YouTube. No,
I don't condone the
where this
women.
accent's going.
I don't condone women.
You really want to fool around and find out, Beltway Ben? Do I look like the kangaroo to fook with?
Yes.
Hey, mate,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
you fancy a dance, mate? You think you're fucking Crocodile Dundee, mate?
You do. I
I'll
do like
steal
your.
your Foster's lager and pour it over your head, mate.
I do like your the accent. The accent's good.
It's a bloody wanker accent. Put it back up there, Beltway Ben. Don't make me boss you around. Put the scoreboard back up there, mate.
Jesus Christ.
Show your work. Show your work. Show your bloody work.
It is a very strong accent here.
These mooks mooked it up last night, mate. Do better.
We don't want to
Try
see you
harder.
anymore. We don't want to see you anymore on the show.
I'll crane kick you in the face, mate.
We don't want to see the kangaroo much more at all here.
I was thinking, though, if she hasn't appeared for a while, I'd stuff the 3 lobsters in her pouch, and maybe that would just be good karma no matter what. No?
What did we do the last time we got on a little bit of a cold stretch? We did something, we switched up, and it screwed us.
Did we have an exorcism at some point? I know I moved the lobsters. I think I moved them further away from me or something.
Yeah, I forget what we did. But if we're in a roll, I don't think we touch. I think we
Well,
leave
and
that.
then I had to fix. Remember, I had to fix the one mallet.
Yes, I do remember that.
No reaction to Kylie. Anything on the? Anything on the?
People laughing. A lot of people.
Well, I mean, no
no one of the
comments?
Holy hell, Kangaroo Jack is live. Mostly just not a lot about Kylie. No, we do have. Remember earlier we were talking about how we had a Hall of Fame for winners.
Yes.
The Hall of Joe DeVierno, who's also a loyal listener, said the Hall of Fade. Hall of Fade. I like
Hall
that.
of Fade.
That's good. I like that.
That's pretty good.
And then we also had Nate
That's pretty
Tomlinson,
good.
very loyal. He joined a little bit late, but he said, remind people, always remind the group to like the feed and comment. He thinks that that'll help the YouTube algorithm. So everybody always watching, make sure you like the YouTube video.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, like the video.
Kylie the Kangaroos, Hall of Fade. We're back at 11 tomorrow. Please email us, wannabetwithus@gmail.com. We always appreciate your feedback, commentary, what have you. I think that's the show, Beltway Ben. Do you want to have a go, Beltway Ben? Do you seriously want to have a go? I'll give you one chance, mate, to take it all back.
No, I would never
You
take it
still
back.
think you could beat up a Roo?
I'm going to go to the grave believing that I can do that, yes.
We'll work on it, Kylie. You want to bet. We want to bet. Kylie wants to bet. Her degenerate Joey wants to bet. Thank you. Sean K's Lobster wants to bet. Gigi, Meaty, Kona, Lilo, they all want to bet. Thank you for betting with us.